I'm getting high with my 4-5. Cops only suffer time I die, even as a youngster. Causing ruckus on the back of the bus. I was a fool all through high school, kicking up dust. But now I'm labeled as a troublemaker. Who can you blame? Smoking weed up, we take away the pain. So I'm hopeless, rolling down the freeway, swerving. Don't worry, I'm about to crash upon the curb. Cause my business bloody, baby, if they try to understand me. What should I do? I had to feed my fucking family. What else could I do? Or be a thug? I'm slanging with the homies, fuck hanging with them phonies in the club. Got my mind on danger. Never been a stranger to homicide. My city's full of gangbangers and drive-bys. Why do we die at an early age? He was so young, but still a victim of the 12 gauge. My memories of a corpse, mind full of sick thoughts, and I ain't going back to court. So fuck what you thought. I'm drinking Hennessy, running from my enemies. When I live a beat 23, there's so much pain.
What's up?
Welcome. Hey everyone, how are we tonight? It's Friday night. And everyone is here.
Hey, y'all click
Where's
that thumbs up
everybody?
button. Y'all share it out and give her a subscription right there. And make sure that you save that intro because that's still just a badass ass intro.
I got that intro. I love it. We're
Oh
always
my
jamming back
God.
here. It gets you in
Yeah.
the right mindset. You know, you're like, hell yeah, let's jump into this bad boy.
Yeah, exactly. So
How was your?
it was great. How was yours?
I was good. I'm on vacation till next Thursday, so it's really good.
Hey, Ruby,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to talk afterwards, okay?
Okay, Papa.
Okay. All right. So, Mama B, what's up? Hey, we had to reset the podcast because Rumble does that from time to time. They'll take that shit down for some reason. I don't know why. But
Yeah.
what's up,
Yeah.
Jolene?
Jolene. Boy, it has been a whirlwind. This week was the G7 summit. Everybody saw all that stuff that was going on, didn't they? Well, let's do a recap. Let's do a replay
I
to
wish
see
you.
how.
I wish. Hang on. I wish. I know you was gonna do this one because I would have put a meme in there just for shits and giggles.
Oh, hell, that would have been badass.
But
Oh
anyway,
well,
I didn't mean it. I had to say it while I said it. So
you're fine. But yeah, he did his little walkabout. Well, let's watch the entire video because then we're going to talk about a few things that are being said now.
Ruby, the entire video, that Joker's like 7 hours long.
No, well, this one's like a minute and something. This
Oh,
excerpt part of where he's, the parachute comes down and he just watching and everybody's around just like, where
okay.
Joe go? Joe,
Joe,
come back here.
There you go.
But let's watch it. Okay. I did this for a reason. Okay. To play the whole thing. I did the whole thing for a reason. Because now they're coming out saying that they want this completely censored from the internet because it is being spread as misinformation that he didn't walk off, he didn't go away, he was on point. Some are saying that it was a heat stroke. It was so hot out there that everybody was having issues with the heat. I mean, everybody else. I mean, look at, isn't she Italy's president now, prime minister? She was fully. I mean, I'm a woman and I wear stuff like that, and I'm telling you, she looked fly. She didn't look like she was having a heat stroke. None of them did, but they're trying to say that. But let's listen to the commentary that was stated today.
Information is alive and well. We have to use surrogates and voices across the country to combat this and make it clear that not only do we not play this game, but to your point, President Biden was out there literally representing America at the G7, saluting our troops, doing what he does as president of the United States. And look, we're going to see more of this. I mean, this is just the reality of campaigning in 2024. So we have to combat that disinformation. We have to hit it hard when it happens and make it clear that these are dirty tactics that MAGA Republicans are using because they can't run on the issues, Lemire. They have to use these dirty tactics like this because they are not right with Americans on the issues. So we're going to see more of this. We're going to do what we can to combat it. But it does take the voices of surrogates across the country. It does take the media to call it out. It does take social media platforms where a lot of Americans are getting their information to point it out as well.
Okay, that's why I played the whole thing, because she's tried to state that it was misinformation. It never happened. And that people need to start being a surrogate voice and speak the truth. We give you the truth. Papa and I are the type. Hey, we went back and forth with recently with the one where he couldn't find the chair. He didn't shit his pants, to my knowledge. I wasn't there smelling it or anything, so I don't know about
Oh
that.
my God.
But I know when he went back, with the chair, we debunked that and we were like, hey, what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong.
Mhm.
He did go filter off. He
Oh,
did. That is
oh.
not misinformation.
He
It's
sure
right there
did.
in front of your eyes.
Yeah, he ventured off at a, you was bringing it up. Well, not you. You was relaying what they said about the heat and all that. Short circuit, Joe. And this,
I mean,
just say
come on,
it.
people. See, I think they're trying to set the stage because they know his mental stability. We've known it's been gone since day one.
But she said it was dirty tactics. It's an
Yeah,
election season. Okay. Hello, hey sweet cakes. Hey, sweetie. Well, what are y'all doing to President Donald J. Trump and us MAGA
exactly.
Republicans? Come
I
on.
mean, come on. It is just.
Joe, and she did say we're gonna see more of this. Oh, we're definitely gonna be seeing more of this. No
But see,
doubt.
they're setting this. They're setting the stage, right, Papa? Because
Yeah.
it's close
Yeah.
to the election time, and they know he's going to be messing up even more. So
Okay.
they're setting the stage as well for the debate. They're
Yeah.
going to try to make it look like things are edited and put together,
Uh-huh.
and that his debacle is, not that way. Well, Trump wanted to weigh in on this evening in Florida
Oh yeah, he
as
did.
to,
He
he did
went
weigh
there.
in on it.
Oh, he
He
did.
did. He went
He's
there,
showing
Papa.
off. He's showing off.
I like his showing off. Here we go.
He's back and forth and back and forth. He spends a day and then comes back. He falls asleep at every single event. The one beauty was here's a parachute landing. Everybody's watching, and he's turned around in the other direction. The new leader of Italy did a great job. She said, "Turn around, you fool." No, they don't respect our country anymore. But then his wife flew back and forth like it was a taxi cab. It's Air Force One and or Air Force Two. I mean, just back and forth, back and forth. Let's go sit at a trial for a day, go back, forth, back, forth. It's really terrible.
They want to save. They want to save.
They don't want any carbon footprints, but yet they're flying back and forth.
Yeah.
But they want to tax you on every mile that you go.
Mm-hmm.
here in the United States of America, driving by car or scooter or maybe four-wheelers. I don't know. But okay. And,
Yeah, I mean, it's
New
ridiculous.
York's going to flood in 14 years, is what AOC said, going on 16 or 8 years ago, just saying.
Hey, Grandma. Hey, Grandpa. Welcome in.
What's up? What's
It
up,
just
Faith?
amazes me. They're bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
It's complete and utter bullshit. And I don't believe it ever stops. It will never stop. And it's just gotten out of hand. But there is a Trump ad that I caught today that came out, and we wanted to give the best sounding moments that Joe Biden has stated.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping. She knows so long as she is denied, our freedom can never be secured. We'll never forget lying around and him lying around, actually. It is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line. I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
The only thing that I actually got out of that video, other than laughing my ass off, he did say something that was actually 100% facts. This is facts. Freedom is never really secured.
It's not.
It's not.
I mean, they're showing that.
Yeah. I mean, even though he plagiarized that from somebody called Ronald Reagan, just saying.
Right. No, he didn't plagiarize it. What was it? Jean Pierre said.
Yeah. You gonna believe that?
She said something else. Oh no, I don't believe it.
Oh no, I'm with you.
Her.
I'm just going with you. I'm going with the flow here.
Quote.
So yeah.
He borrowed it. I can't remember what exactly she said, but it was along those lines. And that he just it's not plagiarism. I didn't know you could borrow something, and
Can I answer total Rico right here?
you absolutely can.
Hey, Total Rico, if you're typing in the chat room on a browser here on Rumble, in the chat bar that you're typing in, there's a little thing that has a little smiley face. You can click on that and you can add emojis. Yeah.
Yeah. Rocco likes emojis. Welcome in, Rocco. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Good
And
Friday
Rocco did say that he was going to follow everybody back. So Rocco, you better keep on your promise, brother.
He
Just
does.
Keep on that promise. Okay.
He will. He's a good
Oh,
man.
you're in the app, bro. No, the app. Get away from the app, bro. You gotta go to a browser. Go to a browser. Yep. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep.
Well, today they decided to take down some signs.
What signs?
U-turn signs.
Huh?
Yeah, they said it was. Well, take a look.
LA City Council members Hugo Soto Martinez and Nithya Raman were on hand today to help remove the signs. They say the no cruising and no U-turn signs were put up in the 1990s to prevent people in the gay community from meeting up with other gay people.
I was also surprised that these U-turn signs were still up. And at first, they seem a little, okay, it's just a no U-turn sign. But when you learn the history of it and you realize that these were used to profile gay people, it's so important that we have these removed.
The LA City Council members say the signs were put up after the gay community began to grow and because there was a gay bar in that area.
Well, hang on. Okay, first of all, we don't need any signs because there's some people that just cannot read. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you want to make a U-turn to a gay bar, wouldn't you want that up?
I mean, yeah.
But I mean, I get where they come from. They're saying no U-turn because there's right, towards the gay bar. I
Mhm.
get that one. Okay, yeah, leave it up. Yeah,
Leave it up. Yeah.
yeah. You do
I mean,
whatever you're gonna do in your own home. But yeah, okay.
yeah.
Rocco,
Trying to
yeah.
control it.
Yeah, excuse me just a second. Rocco, yes,
ahead.
the browser is better, bro. Because if you stay on that app over on the Rumble app, sometimes you're gonna see probably 2 or 3 messages that you put in there in the chat room. Yeah, they're gonna pop up on your screen. It's not gonna show up here, but it will on yours. And what's up, Brett? Yeah, hey, y'all better watch out for Brett now. RPV, Real Patriots Force, he's in here. He says, "What's up, fuckers?" So
Hey, Brett. Good to see you. But yeah, that no
no
gay
gay turns.
U-turns. No gay turns. My God. Ew.
All right, Rocco.
Well, earlier today, Garland. I'm trying to
You
find
mean
that name.
Garface Garland? I call him Garface.
Yeah, he's above the law. He's above the law. Did you
Mhm.
hear about that? He's
Yeah.
above the law from the rest of us. But he states that no one is above the law. If you or I didn't go to a subpoena, I deal with subpoenas at work every day. And if we do not abide by that, we get fined a shit ton and imprisonment.
Yep.
It states it simply on it. So he's not getting done that way.
All right, Fox News alert now. The Department of Justice has responded to the criminal referral of Merrick Garland for contempt of Congress for not providing the audio recording of the transcribed interview between President Biden and Robert Hur, the special counsel, looking into the documents case.
No one's above the law, right?
Said. The department has determined that the responses by Attorney General Garland to the subpoenas issued by the committees did not constitute a crime, and accordingly, the department will not bring the congressional contempt citation before a grand jury or take any other action to prosecute the Attorney General. So basically, the
Corruption
DOJ
at its
has
finest.
told Republicans in Congress to go pound sand. They are not going to investigate or prosecute Attorney General Merrick Garland for any contempt.
Well, they're not going to be able to prosecute because they would have to send it to him for him to prosecute himself. He investigate himself, and that's not going to happen.
Exactly. But Johnson did report just recently that Speaker Johnson says that the House will go to court for Biden audio after Justice Department refused to prosecute.
And there's another way around this. But let's go back to the recording. Okay, so they put the transcript out there, okay?
Mhm.
Now they have released another transcript of the so-called audio, but it's redacted, okay?
Of course it is.
But
It's
there,
redacted.
there is one other way that they can do this. It's called the Sergeant of Arms in the Congress. The Congress overrules the Senate as far as when it comes to the Capitol, okay?
Mhm.
When you do a subpoena and they don't abide by those subpoenas, like Steve Bannon, and he had immunity, but they took it away from Trump's people, okay? So you got Steve Bannon going to go to jail for 4 months, January or July the 1st. You got Steve Navarro. Is it Steve Navarro? He's already in prison in the gulag. But the Sergeant of Arms, he can actually take and send the U.S. Marshals to arrest Garface. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's what needs to happen.
Yeah. It's,
That absolutely needs to happen.
hey, folks, it's all right there in your pocket Constitution. Every bit of it. Don't look it up on Google. Get yourself a pocket Constitution. If you want a pocket Constitution, I'll send it to you. Just send me your e-address. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what kills me is, every time something like this comes up, they say, well, nothing's ever going to be done. That is the famous thing that we do see because we don't see anything being done. We see all of these committee hearings, and that's about it. As far as do your job, Sergeant of Arms, grab his ass and arrest his ass.
Right.
Just do it.
Hey, Chaps, how you doing,
You-
sweet cakes?
Hey, Chels, you have a job to do, so do the damn thing. Well,
But
today,
I know you got to rock and roll. I get that, but just spend a little bit of time on this. Just a little bit more time. It goes to the Speaker of the House. Got me? The Speaker of the House can say, "Hey, Sergeant of Orange, Gail, Ruby, Country, whatever you want to call yourself, or whatever, go arrest him." Okay, bam, it's done. But we got a week. They're always weak, folks. The Republicans, they're weak. They're weak
I
ass.
agree.
They're weak ass folks.
They
They
don't
just want.
enforce anything.
They don't. They just want to be elected to where they can enrich themselves and their families. While we sit over here and we're trying to figure out what in the hell, Peter. Thank you, Peter Navarro. Yeah. So that's the way it goes.
It's
They work for us.
mind-boggling.
We pay them. They work for us.
Agreed. So get to work and do what you're supposed to do, but they haven't been. So that's the way it goes. But today, the Pentagon wants to feed the troops experimental lab-grown meat to reduce CO2 carbon footprint. Can you believe that?
Oh yeah, I
I
believe it.
can believe anything they do in at this point. But yeah, it's
They don't want them to have they don't want them to eat meat, red meat, actual red meat, because red meat has a lot of nutrients in it and stuff. So they want them to be weak and frail. You remember when Nancy Pelosi during the January 6th stuff was going on? They put them all in parking garages and just fed them pizza, and they'd lay there in the cold and shit. Oh yeah, I remember that.
yeah.
I do.
Didn't Trump eventually let them come to house them in the Trump Towers?
Sure did.
Wow.
The Trump International Hotel.
In National Hotel.
Yeah.
I remember that, and oh my God, I couldn't believe that shit was going on. It was very sad. But since you're talking about January 6th, Papa, this is a two-parter. And recently a video was released of Pelosi in her car leaving, admitting that she was at fault. Someone had put this together. I believe their name is on it. Great job.
He will be submitting his resignation.
We have responsibility, Terry. We did not have any accountability for what was going on there, and we should have. This is ridiculous. You're going to ask me in the middle of the thing when they've already breached the inaugural stuff should we call the Capitol Police? The National Guard? Why weren't the National Guard there to begin with?
Chief Son, in your transcribed interview, you mentioned that you met with the House Sergeant at Arms regarding the National Guard prior to January 6th. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And who was the House Sergeant at Arms leading up to and on January 6th?
That would be Paul Irving.
And the House Sergeant at Arms is appointed by who?
It was appointed at that time by Speaker Pelosi.
And in your transcribed interview, you mentioned that when you first brought up the National Guard to the House Sergeant at Arms in the days leading up to January 6th, that Mr. Irving said he, quote, didn't like the optics, end quote. Is that correct?
Why weren't the National Guard there to begin with?
That is correct. He referenced being concerned for optics.
And on January 6th, when you went to Mr. Irving to get his approval to call in the Guard, Mr. Irving said he would, quote, run it up the chain. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That was a telephone call. I didn't see him in person when I first made that request.
The House Sergeant at Arms is considered probably the most senior security official on the House side. When Mr. Irving says he has to, quote, run it up the chain, end quote, what did that mean?
I took that to mean his leadership chain.
And who would be his leadership chain? If he's functionally the most senior security official on the House side, correct?
That's his title. That's part of the title, the senior law enforcement official for the House of Representatives. But he would have been referring to the leadership team that goes up to Speaker Pelosi.
But there was a failure of leadership at the top of the Capitol Police.
So running up the chain would most likely, in your opinion, is through the Speaker's office and possibly to Speaker Pelosi?
That would be where it ends, yes.
But there was a failure of leadership at the top of the Capitol Police.
In a press conference on January 7th, Speaker Pelosi called for your resignation on national television.
I have I am calling for the resignation of the Chief of the Capitol Police, Mr. Sund, and I have received notice from Mr. Irving that he will be submitting his resignation.
Speaker Pelosi also stated,
So.
But according to your transcribed interview, you were on the phone with Speaker Pelosi a few times. Can you explain that discrepancy?
Yeah, that is correct. I spoke to Speaker Pelosi 3 times that evening. The first time when I went over to brief Vice President Pence at the secure location, I had called House Sergeant Arms Irving, told him I was going over to brief the Vice President. I was also going over to do a personal assessment of the Capitol. He said he wanted to get Speaker Pelosi on the phone. He made a phone call from his cell phone at approximately 5:34, where I first briefed Speaker Pelosi. The second call was when I left that location. As I was walking away, I met up with Mr. Stenger, and we started walking over to the Senate to go brief the Senate. When Jennifer Hemingway, I believe it was Jennifer Hemingway, handed me the cell phone, and it was Emily Barrett's cell phone calling her, and it was Speaker Pelosi on the other line. This is my second call with Speaker Pelosi, questioning the information I'd given to Vice President Pence about when we can get back into chambers. Call number 3 was 6:25 p.m. I sent it, and on a cell phone using Robert Karam's cell phone, they dialed leadership, who was over off-site at a secure location, and I briefed all of leadership of the plans to get them back into chambers. That would have been call number 3 with Speaker Pelosi.
Having said that, we'll have the after-action review, but it goes beyond the Capitol Police. It goes to the FBI. What was the shortcoming in their intelligence that they provided? It goes to the Department of Defense. How long did it take for them to respond or anticipate the need for the National Guard? It goes to many other elements of the executive branch, and I think we have to have the full review.
We have responsibility, Terry. We did not have any accountability for what was going on there, and we should have.
They thought that they had sufficient
No,
resources.
there's not a question of how they had, they don't know.
And in your transcribed interview, you mentioned that when you first brought up the National Guard to the House Sergeant at Arms in the days leading up to January 6, that Mr. Irving said he, quote, didn't like the optics, end quote. Is that correct?
That is correct. He referenced being concerned for optics.
They clearly didn't know, and I take responsibility for not having them just prepare for more.
I am calling for the resignation of the Chief of the Capitol Police.
Interesting.
That guy, he done a great job. He did.
He did,
So,
didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, folks, if you don't realize, it takes time. It takes time to put videos like that together. It does.
Mm-hmm. Edit, clip, go back, record. It's just back and forth.
Yeah.
Ken Con here on Rumble. You guys got to go follow. Awesome content.
Oh, you talking about Ken Con?
Yeah.
Over on Brave Media?
Yeah.
No, it's Badlands
Bad
Media.
something.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's awesome. He puts a lot of time in his work.
He does.
But the chain of command was Pelosi. You get to the top, that was Pelosi.
Yep.
So Pelosi, you're talking about yourself.
100%.
Yourself. You chose to not do, and you actually pretty much, I call it, they stripped President Trump pretty much of his executive powers that day, of the things that he was able to do. I mean, think about it. I sit back and I think about that. I think, boy, 4 years. Okay, I've been doing this for almost 4 years, finding information and putting it together and researching. And I sit back and I think, we had a president of the United States, commander in chief, that went through hell. Couldn't trust anybody. Imagine doing that, having to make sure the country, the United States, is safe. And you've got snakes stabbing you in the back at every turn. Every turn. And then you got the public getting pissed off because things aren't being done a certain way. His hands were tied. People don't realize that. That's why I say this go around, you're going to see some big changes. You're going to I'm going to be so proud to call my felon my president.
So yeah, exactly, 100%. So I'm responding to this comment. How to follow me from the browser? Well, if you want to follow us on Rumble, Gen X Unfiltered, that's where you can follow us or me, us. That's where you can follow us. Gen X Unfiltered. There
Great
you go.
podcast. Great podcast. Wow. Y'all have one.
And if you want to follow me over on the TikTok, it's Gen X Unfiltered.
Yep.
Yeah.
You'll
There's a
enjoy
lot of
it.
Gen Xers out there, but I'm the only Gen X Unfiltered on TikTok. And folks, hey, to be honest with you, we nailed the new name for the podcast from Real Patriots Force to Gen X Unfiltered before anybody started coming out about Gen X. So
Yep.
yeah.
So they got the OG, baby. OGs. That's awesome, Papa.
Yeah.
Awesome. But yeah. Lindsey Graham, he wanted to speak today. He actually, the other day, we played that clip where he was honest and told exactly what Ukraine was all about, how they didn't want the trillions of dollars to go to Russia or China. For once, he spoke some truth. Here's you speaking some more.
One, no matter what you do or say, they're going to accuse us of hating women and being extremists. President Trump said today that the Democratic Party is extreme. They support abortion up to the moment of birth. The Virginia governor, the old governor, talked about allowing a decision after the baby is born. They're the extremists, not us. I'm proud to be pro-life. You know, France limits abortion at 14 weeks. My bill's 15 weeks. President Trump said, leave it up to the states. I respect that. This won't be decided based on abortion.
France leaves it up to 14 weeks. I support 15 weeks. Okay, Sissy Graham. Don't make me make that golden phone call again, Sissy Graham. I promise you. You don't want that, bro. Oh my God. I still got to find out.
I've left a few.
I got to go back and find out the episode because people's been wanting to hear that episode. God Almighty, you folks, y'all think I'm calm. I am very calm. But damn it, I went off that night on Sissy Graham. Yeah. I did. Yeah. I go find it. I go find it.
Bring it in tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's gonna take me some time. Hell, we got daggone over
Crazy.
over close to 700 episodes, but yeah.
Well, last night I had shown, where Trump had met with the GOP members and they gave him his cake and everything. Well, at the end, he's shaking hands with everyone. Hey, Joseph. And you've got Lindsey sitting there wanting to shake his hand, and he just snubs him. He snubs him, and afterwards, Lindsey looks like he lost his dog or his cat or his puppy dog. He's like,
but Sissy Graham, he's sitting up there, he's just laughing like a good boy. You know what I'm saying? And then after Trump hi-hat, we call it hi-hatting here in Alabama, but after he snubbed him, hi-hatted him, Sissy Graham, he goes like this, he starts clapping.
Well, I like how Trump was sitting there saying, you got to use the knife. You got to use the knife. You got to cut it. And he put the knife back in the cake.
Yeah.
He knows the people who are going to stab him in the back. He knows the ones that are sitting there doing that shit.
Oh, no doubt.
That man ain't no fool. 5D chess, baby. 5D chess all the time. He's playing it. I'm just thankful that we do have someone. Well, here we have Rachel.
Macau. You got a Macau in here tonight?
Yeah, I do. It's going to go in conjunction with some other stuff, and you know where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, shouldn't she be held accountable?
It means that instead of the vaccine being able, instead of the virus being able to hop from person to person to person to person, spreading and spreading, sickening some of them, but not all of them. And the ones that it doesn't sicken don't know they have it. And then they give it to even more people because they didn't recognize they were, right? Instead of the virus being able to hop from person to person to person, potentially mutating and becoming more virulent and drug resistant along the way, now we know that the stops with every vaccinated person. A vaccinated person gets exposed to the virus does not infect them. The virus cannot then use that person to go anywhere else. It cannot use a vaccinated person as a host to go get more people. That means the vaccines will get us to the end of this if we just go fast enough to get the whole population.
She was going to say to get the whole population vaccinated is what she was going to say.
Hey, Mad Cow. If y'all don't realize that that's actually a dude, just letting y'all know that that's actually a dude. Yeah, that's for a different time and place, but yeah, that's actually a dude. But hey, Mad Cow, you're wrong, and you was freaking out, and I'm pure blood, and while y'all got the vaccines, Mad Cow, how many times you got the COVID? Yeah, okay, just saying.
But she was pushing the wrong information then. But today they have, I can't read that, Papa. Can you read that? The criminal referrals accusing of Dr. Fauci
Oh
have been
yeah,
made.
I'm glad you brought this one up. So it says terrorism. It doesn't say terrorism, but by causing international, it does terrorism by causing international killing of infection of serious body injury. Okay, it says first degree murder. Okay, second degree murder, manslaughter, human trafficking, prohibited racketeering. Oh well, shit! Didn't they go after Trump for racketeering?
I did.
Cruelty to peoples and oh wow. False imprisonment, second degree kidnapping, battery. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, this cute. Anthony Fauci, Cliff Lane, Francis Collins, Deborah Bricks. I call her Bricks just for shits and giggles. Raquel Weinstein. Anyway, I ain't gonna try to say the damn last name. Stephen Hahn, Robert Redfield. Peter. Oh well, shit. And what about Ricky? Oh damn.
Ricky Pratt.
Wow, shit, fire damn. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
They all are. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, that just tells Louisiana seeks justice against Dr. Fauci and the medical establishments as well.
Yeah.
You guys have to go read that. There's a lot of information in that. But yeah, it's about time something's being done.
But isn't it? I mean, it's never too late. Got me? They need to have this, folks. I don't care what you think about Putin, whatever case may be. We all have our differences about that one. But Putin did bring up the courts, the tribunal courts again. Just saying that, yeah, they're active, and I'm not saying that anything's going on, but Nuremberg 2.0 needs to happen. Okay.
It does.
It's crimes. These are crimes against humanity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
murder.
Yep.
Plain and simple. It's murder. And they knew what they were doing, gain of function. Knew exactly. I mean, Fauci's he says he didn't get royalties, but there's proof and evidence of follow the money trail.
Yep.
He did over $701 million royalties.
Put me in a cell with him for 20 minutes.
Jack
20
says
minutes. 20 minutes. It wouldn't take 20 minutes. 20 minutes. It ain't gonna take no 20 minutes.
Shit, no.
Oh, hell no.
What? Give me 3. Give me 3 minutes. Give me 3 minutes to roll up my sleeves.
That's it. Because the truth's gonna be coming out. It's gonna be coming out, no doubt.
Well, everybody knows we got our election coming up in less than 5 months?
Yep.
Well, look what happened just a little bit ago. Secretary Mayorkas announces that all migrants who settled in Michigan, Wisconsin, Georgia, Nevada, Arizona, and Pennsylvania will be granted citizenship before November.
Okay, well, that's going to go up to the Supreme Court. Okay.
Mm-hmm. They're going to fast track it too. You know they will.
Yeah, they're definitely fast track it, no doubt. But it ain't going to stand. Okay.
It can't. It violates our Constitution. It can't.
Yep.
The Constitution is our Bible as being an American. Period. That's why what separates us different from any other country. People don't realize that. But we have a tyrannical government in place that wants to make it that way. Greedy, evil people. Greedy, evil people. Well, Newsom decided today he wanted to have a few words about the border. And of course, once again, it's all the
You mean
Republicans.
it's new
New
scum.
skin.
New
New
scum.
scum. New scum. New scum. I like that.
Yeah.
New scum.
Yeah.
New scum. That works for me. I'm going to start saying that.
Right behind me, San Diego sector, this is the San Ysidro port of entry, not too far away, which is the largest in the Western Hemisphere. We were just down here with the National Guard, meeting with customs agents as well as Border Patrol, talking about our partnerships. 390 National Guardsmen and women that have been working, particularly as it relates to fentanyl here in the state of California. Look at the bottom line, at the end of the day, they need more resources. Everybody needs more resources. And the Republican Party has been consistently standing in the way of providing the resources, the support for the men and women working hard, not only here at the border, but out throughout the state of California and this country to address the issues related to the border. It's time for them to stop playing politics. It's time for the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, to stop playing politics and do the right thing.
He had a booger in his nose.
Did you see that too?
Yeah, I did. He had a booger in his left nostril. He did.
Well, he is buddy with Trudeau, right?
Oh,
They
yeah.
are buddies. So, we know Trudeau likes his cocaine.
Yeah,
So,
well, that's Nancy
know.
Pelosi's nephew, right?
New scum. Yeah, it's all in the family. You got New York, Kathy Hochul, then you've got New Scum. I mean, we were talking about this last night, Krim and I, where we were saying if you have any family member that's running first term limits, get rid of the lobbyist. And if you have anybody that is running or that is in, I don't think you should be able to be in there, because that's like keeping a family gathering together. I scratch my back, I scratch yours, and it just keeps going down the line.
Okay. Do you know how? Do you know how that comes about?
Tell me.
Educational time, folks. Educational time. When they say, let me go back and check with my people, if you hear a congressperson or a senator say, let me go check with my people, they're not talking about their constituents. They're talking about their NGOs. NGOs are foreign national political people. Israel, one of them, big influence here. That's where they get their money.
Mm-hmm.
That's who they go and check with. Hey, can I talk about this, or can I say this? Can I disagree with this? Can I bring this bill up? Can I do this? It goes back to the NGOs. That's where it goes.
Absolutely.
That's where it comes from.
Well, Johnson got money from Israel recently, right before he was placed as being a House Speaker.
Yep.
They all got their hand in it.
Every damn one of them.
Every single one of them.
Yep.
Their pockets are thick. Sure are. Bank accounts are even fatter. But I'm going to call her Fannie Willis. She's a little upset that people don't get her name right.
While they over there running their mouth, I'm over here paying them no mind. See, I'm so tired of hearing these idiots call my name as Fanny in a way to attempt to humiliate me. Because like silly schoolboys, the name reminds them of a woman's rear.
That didn't make what?
That didn't make no.
That made no sense. Did that make sense, Papa? You man,
No. It's okay. So there's certain people who can nickname your ass. Okay. I go. Fanny said they referred to Fanny as her backside.
Her Fanny.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't mean to come out with it like that. But when somebody nicknames you, it's gonna stick, I promise you. She got big. She does got a bigger ear, no doubt about that one. But like me, I do it for comical reasons, not the way that. Yeah, well, President Trump done it comical too when he nicknamed her Fanny. Well, her name is Fanny, but I'm going to call her Fanny. So you know, when you nickname somebody like that, it's just going to stick. I mean, come
Yeah.
on, it's just going to stick.
It's not well, when I first originally I'm country, so we pronounce things a bit differently, and the
Yep.
way it's spelt, that's the way
We
generally
say,
we speak it.
yep.
And it's not a knock against you. I mean, I ain't gonna say now it isn't a knock against you. I have done it many times. But in the beginning, I really thought it was funny, and I made plenty of videos, and then I got corrected that it was funny. That it was
Well,
funny.
okay, but listen,
Um,
hey, Fanny, ever how you want to say it? Trademark. Go and
yeah.
trademark it. So I may trademark that name. I may do it.
Right. Right, Rocco. Spell it Fawny. Fawny.
Yeah.
If you want it stated that way, put your little hyphen on it, whatever you gotta do,
Yeah.
To do it. But I'm still gonna call you Fanny. It has nothing to do with your rear end. I promise you that made no sense to me. That was you trying to glorify your own ass. But we already know about your ass. We know you're a homewrecker. We know all the situations you've done, and I know it takes two, but we know you lie, you cheat, you
But
steal.
she does got a big ass now. She does. She got a big ass. If you're into big
Well,
asses, hey, call Fanny. Just call Fanny. She
Fanny's
looks.
got you.
Fanny got your back. Yeah, she got your front too. so what Nathan Wade says, her ex lover or still lover, whatever the
Yep.
case may be. So yeah.
He was on here last night. Well, we had the video where it was a two-parter where he was being interviewed by CNN. And at one point, the CNN analyst asked, "Hey, when did your actual relationship start?" And he was talking away, up until that point. Mike came off, got up, his team stopped, they talked, come back, sat down. She's like, "We good?" He's like, "Yeah, we good." Then he just kept going into the dialogue of, well, the courts have it. The courts will, you know. Well, it's ongoing. I can't talk about it. But you was all talking before it. You was all talking before it. The truth is going to come out. We know exactly what you were doing and capable of. Well, here is old Jill talking about her hubby. Listen closely to what she states.
Is most certainly not about age. Joe and that other guy are essentially the same age. Let's not be fooled. Joe isn't one of the most effective presidents of our lives in spite of his age, but because of it. This.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it. Is she trying to say that he's very wise?
I think so. Because of his age.
Because of his age.
Yeah.
Well, that's about the dumbest fucker I've ever heard and seen in my damn entire life.
I agree. And then the other guy, she talks about Trump. The other guy, he holds his sentences together. He makes sense, baby. I already played the clip earlier.
We got to respond to this comment.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, not that. Well, hang on. We'll get to that one in a minute.
Bobby. Okay. Okay, Linda. This is my weekend. You are interrupting my weekend. Do you understand? This is my weekend with Bobby. My weekend, Linda.
She never did answer that Snapchat I sent her this morning. So.
Oh, well, she knew it was your weekend, so she's probably playing hard to get. I love you, Pete. It's a thing we have going. It's a fun thing. What was the other comment we needed to address?
Oh, let me see. Damn it. Okay, wise, huh? Wade couldn't talk because Fanny is so.
I'm trouble.
Yeah. Well, she walks. Hey. I'm gonna go there. Okay, I'm fixing to go here. I know Linda's probably gonna get me. Oh, she's with Ricky. Okay.
Who's Ricky? I don't know Ricky.
Yeah,
who
the hell is Ricky?
Bobby, who's Ricky?
I don't know who Ricky is. Have no idea. It must be. It must. Oh! I got you, Peach. I got you now. Anyway, Ricky Bobby, drive it like you stole it. So hey, Georgia, if y'all and also Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and parts of Texas, if y'all feel a rumbling sound like an earthquake, it's Fannie Willis walking around, that ass shaking. Just saying.
You went there.
I need to
You
make a
went there,
meme. I'm going to make a meme about that one. Damn it.
Oh,
Oh
no, no, no,
shit.
no, no.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm making a meme about that one.
Oh my goodness.
So,
You guys gotta check out Papa's memes that he makes.
oh Lord,
They're
I'm fit to post this right here, and it's going to start a damn shit storm right here. Uh-huh.
Oh, well, that's okay. Karen needs a weekend.
God.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
God. So anyway,
Well, would you drive under the sea?
would I drive
If
under
they
this?
if they were able to build a road and enclose it and underneath the ocean, would you drive it?
Oh, drive under the sea. I thought you. Hang on. This is what I
Yeah.
heard. I thought you said. I thought you said drive under the seat. I was just say, well, hell, Peach ain't but
Oh.
4'3". That's how she drives every damn day.
Ooh, Peach, you gonna let him say that?
Yeah.
But would you be willing to trust that? I have a picture of one. This is Norwegian. They actually are building roadway underneath the ocean instead of above.
Okay. Well, we have tunnels here in Alabama, down in South Alabama, that we drive through, but it's not nothing like that. I mean, we don't. Maybe a half a mile, I would say.
Right. There are those that are just like certain increments amount,
Yeah.
but this is actually going to be driving under the
Nope.
ocean.
Maybe they're trying to get rid of the carbon footprint per se. But no, I would
Well,
not. No, I
sure.
would not do it. No.
I wouldn't either. You would catch me in
Uh.
there. Uh-uh. I mean, come on. That's a scary a scary thought. Everyone, there's a documentary coming out. You use a booster seat, Peach. Hey, whatever gets us through the day. But there is a documentary coming out. Screams Before Silence gives the voice to the October 7th survivors. Be on the lookout for this. I'm sure it's probably be very difficult to watch, but you're going to hear firsthand from the victims of what they went through and how it all transpired. But
Yep.
I'm glad something like that's coming out. I'm sorry that this happened to them, but I'm glad it is coming out to them.
Well, I mean, it's
Sure.
way past time. But this thing about it, go back to the Me Too moment. Harvey Weinstein, say them type folks. But they blame Trump for all this because when Trump was
No.
elected, that's when the Me Too moment got really, really big. And all of a sudden, during the second year of his presidency, it ended. You know what I'm saying? It just now the Me Too moment has left. I mean, because look at all the transgender people that's going into women's sports and stuff. Where y'all
Right.
at? So
Well, we know now they can't compete. That's a good thing. I mean, if you can't hack it in the men's sports, you want to shift to the women's. That's why it's separated, men's and women's. Our strength and all kinds of endurances, our body structure is made up different. Our body structure is made up differently.
Yep.
About yesterday when I saw that video, I don't have it now, but when I thought it was a man, and I was like, "What's he doing?" And it was a woman, it was a she, and she was giving birth, but I swear, looked just like a man, and that's what they're portraying. You are male, you are female. Females only give birth. Will only ever be able to give birth male
Well,
sputum.
now, hang on, Ruby. We played a video last night on our podcast, and it showed what would appear of a man giving birth to a child.
Was it the one
Yeah.
I played probably?
The black man.
No, this was a white man, and
Okay.
he was giving birth, and I looked because it looked like a man. I thought, well, what are they doing? Are they putting the TENS unit on? Because sometimes you'll see funny TikToks of where they put a TENS unit on people and they turn it up high and they try to make a man feel what a labor pain would feel like. I've seen many videos like that. Well, I assumed that's what it was, and then when I saw a baby pop out, I was like, oh.
Yeah, just like Miss Peach said last night, they ain't but women. Women's the only one that can give daggum birth to a child. Well, now they did. Now this one had a beard and all this. I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I knew it was fake. The video wasn't fake, but it was transgender. It was a female transing over to a male. Yeah.
Yeah, but the children's mindset, my God, that's why they have to change the outlook of the world of it to fit the parent that is transgender. Because you can't teach two separate. You can't teach two separate. That's going to fuck a person's head up.
Yeah, exactly. Miss Peach has a question. Why did they not show him squeezing that baby out of his penis?
Great question, Peach. Yeah. Because they can't. You can't.
Unless you're Big Mike.
Oh no, AI's been working overtime showing them pictures.
Big Mike, I'm telling you. I want to put one in there, but I just know I sent it to Fed Up, and I think Peach actually sent it to me. I doctored it up and sent it to Fed Up, and because I added sound to it. But yeah.
Wow. Well, we're going to listen to a couple of Trump videos from this evening, and then we're going to tell him happy birthday.
In January of 25, the greatest president of my lifetime walking back in the White House. He tells me we got, I say 120 days. He says, no, you got 60 to lock the border down. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I told the president. He comes back, I come back, we fix this shit. And you can take that to the bank. The president asked me, well, Tom, won't you be taking a big pay cut? Yeah, about 75%. But I'm so pissed off, I'll come back for free.
Folks, if y'all know who Tom Homan is, he was there. He was one of the big border. He was actually the border guy when Trump was in office, and he ain't fucking around. He means what, So,
and we need him back.
Yep.
They got rid of him because he would have done the right thing. See, they didn't want anybody who's going to do the right thing.
Yep.
This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting when they start deporting.
Yeah, I want to bring something up right quick, if you don't
Go
mind.
right ahead.
All right, so you heard Tom say I'll be taking like a 75% cut because he's making a lot of money on Fox, doing CNN, whatever case may be. But this is the thing about it. Trump's first term. We all know I know that he's actually in his second term, going into his third term because the way everything's going. But Trump said something. Anybody who comes into my administration, you're not getting paid. Yeah. He said that. So why I'm bringing that up is because the ones who were in his administration, they weren't getting paid from us taxpayers, some of them was getting paid by lobbyists. Don't get me wrong. I ain't that damn naive. Right. But now they're selling books, okay? to put their narratives out there, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Tom, when he says, I'll come back and work for free, he means it. So that's loyalty. You know,
Right. And that's what he's looking for.
Yep.
He's going to build that cabinet to where it is loyalty, where he knows these people got his back. These people, it's not just his. He's running the country.
Yep.
Our lives are at stake. Our livelihood is at stake. Our children's mindsets are at stake. The way they're raised, the way they're talked about, what information is put into their little minds because they absorb so much.
I got to show this comment right quick. I know we get close to time to end. I know we're past time. Isn't Ben Carson meeting with President Trump this weekend? Yes, Peach. Yes, Linda. Yes, he is, Linda. Yes, he is. So.
He sure is. I would love to see Ben Carson as VP. But a lot of people are telling me, no, that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen.
I'm not saying it's never going to happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. We've had this debate on our podcast. I know Ben's a very smart, intelligent guy, and I like Ben. I was thinking about voting for Ben during the primaries. You get me? And anyway, he wound up dropping out before I made my final decision. But you got to have somebody that's strong. I'm not saying Ben's not strong. Don't get me wrong.
I know. I understand where you're coming from.
But you got to have someone that's strong. That's well, Ben's a fighter. Don't get me wrong. But
who do you think who is in your mindset that you think? I think it's going to be someone we don't even freaking that we're putting out there. I don't even think it's going to be anybody we're putting out there.
I've said to Peach and Fed Up and Brett, I've said to them, I think it was Ben Carson, not Ben Carson, but Tucker Carson, same last name, just spelled differently, or Christian Noem, the governor from South Dakota. But I mean, see, she's in that loop, Gabby. She's in that loop with the Rhino. I mean, she's not a Rhino, but she's in that loop. Then you got JD Vance, okay, from Ohio. He's a fighter, no doubt. I don't know. Damn, I truly, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be somebody we don't even think of. I think it's going to be a wow factor type thing, where we're going to know. We're going to know.
But something that nobody's put, this is something that nobody's put out there. That I have not seen it on the clock app. I know it's been there a few years ago, but what if he was to? Hey, Peach, you listen, Linda, you in there? She knows where I'm going on this one. But what if, just what if it was John F. Kennedy Jr., John. Just saying.
Well, did you see the interview the other night that's been going viral where he was talking and he referenced John?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you mean Robert. And he's like, John.
And
then so he kind of stopped.
Yeah. Yes, Bobby. Okay. Okay. You agreeing? What about John F. Kennedy Jr.? I don't know. But it's so weird that we're actually talking about this, because when I made the TikTok video today on President Trump's birthday, I put Marilyn Monroe in there. I did. Her saying the president.
Say that. It's funny you say that, Papa. My birthday's the same day as Marilyn Monroe's. I've always loved to see her as an icon, but of course yours apart. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Here we go.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you.
Lovely lady. Lovely lady.
Lovely. Sad, tragic ending, though.
Yeah. President Trump, happy birthday. From Country
Happy
Crazy
birthday.
73 and Gen X Unfiltered. So
Absolutely. We're all out here fighting for you, rooting for you.
Yep.
We got your back.
Yep.
Everyone, thank you so much. That's the end of our show. I really appreciate you guys being here. Please make sure you like and you follow and you share before you head out. We'll be back here tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern. And Country Crazy out.
I want you to want me.